I read a really good book this summer, and there was a one sentence in there. There's actually more than one, but one that I'm going to talk about today that I am carrying with me. And it was this: you can live long enough, go through enough, and learn how to stop trusting yourself. And the book is The Wedding People. You should read it, it's really good. Um, but I've kind of built this little world about getting curious about who I have yet to become, and that's actually another line in this book that I took with me, um, because it's something I've been working on, is creating a life that I love and how to do that. But you also kind of have to figure out how you came to be where you are. And I always thought that it was these big sweeping decisions, about marriage, children, career, buying a house. It was all the big things. But it really isn't. Um, Often, especially women in midlife, kind of wake up and they sometimes wonder how they get to be where they are. Like, whose life is it? It doesn't feel like mine. Um, I don't even recognize myself or my life anymore. And I realized actually that for me, because it wasn't the big sweeping changes, it was in the small choices that I've made every day. And it's kind of what this channel is about. Yes, it's about books, but it's also what I take from books and how I apply it to my life and how to create a life that I love, that is actually feels like mine, and is true to myself and who I authentically am. And so what I got even more curious about was, well, how did I end up there or here without, if it really isn't the big monumental decisions in life. And something I noticed about the character in this book that I related to as well, it is in those quiet moments. Like, it's in the margin that you barely even notice that it's happening. Um, because it's kind of like it's just becomes autopilot. For me, it was saying yes when I meant no, keeping my opinion to myself to make everybody else comfortable, um, not expressing an opinion about something that I like or didn't like, just to make sure that I don't ruffle any feathers and I keep the peace. And I noticed that every time I do that, because it's something I've been working on, and this book helped me realize that I'm giving a piece of myself away. And every time I do that, I don't trust myself as much. And then it just grows. I ask other people's opinions about the big things and the little things. And so I'm so thankful to have started noticing when I do that, because that's really how your life changes. It is in those small, seemingly unimportant decisions. And to create a life you love and stop living on autopilot, you have to start noticing how you're feeling and what choices you're making. And when you're giving your your self-trust, your self-worth, your self-authority away. Um, and it's so important to start paying attention to those little moments and pausing for just a second and expressing your opinion and saying what you like or what you want, because you got to start asking yourself what it is you truly want out of life. What do you like? And what do you want out of this interaction? So when I read the line that you learn how to stop trusting yourself, I kind of wondered, well, I have gotten very practiced at it. And if I can practice and learn how to stop trusting myself, can I do the opposite and learn how to trust myself? And I think you can. It's possible. It just takes awareness and work that is really worth it. As a daily practice, I'm starting to pause more and ask myself questions. What do I really want? Like, what would my truest, most authentic self answer in this moment? Honestly saying no if that's what I feel, and honestly saying yes if that's what I feel. Not because of somebody else's feelings or peace or anything like that. It's being true to myself. And I'm I love that I can start noticing just those small moments where I feel like I'm starting to abandon myself and give myself and my trust away and running the opposite direction. And it is actually so much fun. So, in short, read The Wedding People. It is really good. And you can check out, all my website information and for products and everything. But you don't want to miss my next YouTube that I'm going to put out, my next video that I'm going to put out next week. I've created a really fun dashboard about reading. You can keep track of what you're reading, any quotes that you love, your TBR list, your whole bookshelf about what you've read, any goals, and it just kind of lives on your computer, and it's so much fun. But anyway, until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.